Hello. As you can see, I've come outside to do this morning. This is partly because the room where I normally do this broadcast from is still pretty much being used as a storage room, and there isn't that much space to do anything. But also because it is such a glorious day, and as some of you who see my statuses will know, my personal Tai Chi practice, I love it, absolutely love doing it outside on the lawn in bare feet. Not quite going to be doing that for this class because technically I can't actually get the camera to in a reasonable way to show what's going on, so I'm working on the patio. I'm not going to be using the singing bowl to signal the start of an end of the meditation out of deference to my neighbours. It is still relatively early on Saturday morning, but I reckon the sound of my voice is not going to be a problem. So today I want to have a look at the fourth move that we do in our set. Now, just a quick reminder, the first move is the one where you raise and lower your arms as you breathe in. The second move, you raise and expand your arms with your breath. And the third move, where we're painting rainbows, you breathe out as you do that, and breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Now, what makes the fourth move different to the other moves that you've been doing so far is quite often the first thing I say is you breathe in to raise your arms up. The fourth move actually starts with your hands up here. And I'm going to start by talking about what you shouldn't be doing with the fourth move. I often say that you need to work within 70% of your maximum ability, and I've also often said that if you've got any pain or discomfort, that's a sign that you're blocking the chi. Now, I will bet a huge proportion of you, when you go through this move set with me, particularly when you start doing the moves up here, you end up thinking, oh, my shoulders are aching a little bit. If your shoulders are aching a little bit, lower your arms, because if your shoulders are aching a little bit, then you are actually not doing what you should be doing. So that's the first thing. The fourth move is a natural follow-on to the first three, because in the first three moves, you've gradually been filling up the different parts of your body with your chi. And the third move, the painting rainbows, you're filling up the top half of your body. And what the fourth move is doing is actually, if you think of it a bit like a mixer for a cake, you're mixing all the energies up. So you let your hands sweep down, then you raise them up again. So definitely, it isn't a case of more is better. For qigong, it's really a case of less is good, small is beautiful, because if a small move is the only way that you can do this move, to get anything like it without causing yourself any discomfort in your elbows or your shoulders, then that's what you need to do. So I'm just going to take a moment to move away from the camera so that you can see me in full body, and I will talk you through this move in some detail, so bear with me. Okay, so as I say, you begin the fourth move with your hands up here because you've finished painting the rainbow. So get your hands into this sort of position, but I want you to think very carefully about how your shoulders feel. And the first thing you do, you've taken an in-breath to get your hands up here. Then with the out-breath, just turn your palms out and let your hands sweep down by your side, ideally all the way to the bottom. And then with the in-breath, to bring them all the way up again. And you can see as I do that, how my hand goes through from the top of my body Obviously not all the way quite down to the bottom, it doesn't reach my feet, but it goes into the lower dantian, which starts from there down. So you can see that my hands are actually going through past the three dantians. And it's kind of mixing up the energy that you put into your body with the first three moves to actually help it flow, to make sure everything is balanced. So if you've got the breath and your shoulders aren't hunched, so you can get your hands all the way up there and breathe out and let your hands float down. Fantastic. If you haven't got a very large breath, your shoulders and everything don't want to move, then you know that is totally fine. And you might think, well, hang on a minute, she just said that it's supposed to be mixing up all the energies from different parts of your body. What you do with your hands is important. What you do with your mind is equally important. So, we'll get going with the set now. So, I'd like to invite you to get yourself standing or seated in your nice fair posture, fair stance. If you're standing, feet about hip width apart, and if you're seated, hips about a hip width apart. Knees very slightly bent. Obviously, if you're seated, your knees are going to be ideally to about 90 degrees. Back nice and straight, that's the same whatever you're doing. Neck nice and straight, and probably tuck the chin in a bit to make sure that your chin is parallel with the floor. And if you can, get that slight pelvic tilt, even if you're seated, just to get the best possible position. And when you've got yourself into position, just take a moment to close your eyes and just breathe. If you're standing, take a moment to send your attention down to your feet. And just check that your weight is equally balanced front to back and both sides. And maybe take a moment to imagine that you're in a beautiful glass elevator. With every out breath, the elevator sinks down, floor by floor. Maybe only half the floor if that's all you want to do. And then it gets to a place where you feel rooted and grounded. And turn your hands so that the palms are forced facing towards the back. And the next in breath, slowly let your hands rise up in front of you. And as you breathe out, your hands just sink down. And your own breath, and your own rhythm. And only move your hands as far as you can easily manage in one natural, gentle breath. And then let your arms float up. Breathe out, and you just sink down. And on the last time for this move, and with your next in breath, let your arms float up, then turn your palms in. And as you breathe out, let them float back in and back down. The in breath, imagine the chest and lungs expanding. As you breathe out, just feel everything relax and as you breathe in, maybe imagine you breathe in a good and positive energy. As you breathe out, Release any stress or tension like very soon. Breathe in, your hands float up and spread out. And as you breathe out, your hands float back in and back down. And then the last time for this one. As you breathe in, bring your hands up as to paint rainbows. Get your hand into a position that's comfortable for your shoulders. Take a moment to a quick body scan. Check that your shoulders are comfortable. And as you breathe out, sit gently on one knee and let the opposite arm uncoil. And as you breathe in, everything comes back to the centre. And then do the same on the other side. Breathe out. Dip on one knee, the opposite arm floats down. As you breathe in, everything comes back to the centre. Then last time for this move. Breathe in, bring your hands up, and then as you breathe out, turn your hands out. Let them sweep down by your side. With the in-breath, they rise again. Breathe out, your hands sweep down. And as you breathe in, they rise up. And then for the last time, breathe out. Let your hands sweep down, but then bring into position, ready for the next move. As you breathe in, turn from the waist and let one hand float out to one side. And as you breathe out, turn back and let the hand float in. And with that pelvic tilt, help make them turn from the waist region. Breathe in, take one hand out to one side. As you breathe out, floats back in. And the last time on this side, and the last time for this move. Breathe out, bring the hand in. Let your hands come down into position to balance the chin. As you breathe in, imagine feeling round the ball, and as you breathe out, imagine push that ball underneath. Small ball, so be careful to take your hands no higher than your head. Last time for this move, breathe in. As you breathe out, let your hands float down, bring them into position in front of your abdomen. And just for a moment, stand and just let everything settle. And then get yourself settled down, ready for the meditation. So, make sure that you're seated nice and comfortably, or lying down, or whatever you're doing. And just for a moment, I'd like you to become really aware of the touch of the chair or bed on your body. I want you to be really aware of the support that you get on the bed or chair. Maybe you're aware of different textures touching you. Maybe parts of the chair are soft, parts of the chair are hard. If your feet are on the floor will be hard. Or maybe your feet are on a carpet. Just be aware of every touch that's on your body. Let your shoulders relax. Relax a little more into the chair. Maybe imagine gravity pulling you a little deeper in. As you do, relax your shoulders a little more. And then I'd like you to bring your focus to your breathing. You don't have to close your eyes, but you can do so if it makes it easier for you to keep your attention where you want it to be. Bring your focus to your breath and just keep your mind very aware of the simple act of breathing. And this is something that happens almost automatically. And most of the time we're never really aware of our breath. I want you to be aware of it now. Just want you to notice every in-breath and every out-breath. I want you to notice what you notice about every breath. Maybe you're aware of air moving in your nose and throat as you breathe in. Maybe you're aware of movement of muscles in your chest or in your abdomen. It doesn't matter what you're aware of. I just want you to notice what you are aware of. And just let your focus rest with whatever comes most strongly to your attention about your breath. Now, a lot of people think of mindfulness as being about clearing the mind. It's not. Of course, minds are meant to think. And your mind is still going to carry on thinking. That's what minds do. And you may discover that your mind has wandered away from your breath. Maybe it's remembering something that happened that upset you. Maybe it's thinking about something that may happen in future that you have concerns about. Maybe you've just gone off into a daydream. Well, if you know, that's fine. Because mindfulness isn't about clearing your mind, it's about being aware of what your mind is doing. And then bringing your mind back to where you want it to be. So every time you notice that your mind has wandered away, I want you to congratulate yourself because you're succeeding in being mindful. And then gently lead your mind back to focusing on just this breath coming in, just this breath going out. Because right here, right now, that's all that matters. And it doesn't matter how many times you need to lead your mind back. Once, twice, even 100 times. Every time you succeed in noticing what your mind is doing, you are succeeding in being mindful. So every time your mind wanders away, just gently lead your mind back to focusing on every in-breath and every out-breath. Because right here, right now, nothing else matters except just this breath coming in, just this breath going out. Maybe you notice that each breath is slightly different to the one that came before. Maybe every breath feels the same. Maybe you don't really register anything much. That's okay. Whatever you notice is fine. There's no right or wrong way. Nothing that you should notice. I just want you to be aware of what you notice. Can you follow your breath all the way in? Follow it in as you breathe in with the air going through your nose and throat, all the way down into your lungs, and feel the movement of the belly. And as you breathe out, just feel everything reversing. Now there's a lot of movement associated with breathing. Your air moves, your muscles move. But now I'd like to invite you to see if you can bring your attention to that moment in between each breath when there is no movement. I don't want you to change your breath or hold your breath in any way. I just want you to become aware of that brief time in between each breath, when for a moment everything is still and calm. Just focus on that moment of stillness. Now, with the busy lives we lead today, stillness can be something that we don't get enough of. But this moment of stillness happens every time you breathe. And maybe you can remember that and use that to give yourself an anchor of stillness when you need it. Just bring your attention to your breath and find that moment of stillness. Maybe you can imagine that every time that moment of stillness happens, it puts a tiny drop of stillness into a special place in you where you keep all the feelings that you can need to call on if life decides to get challenging. We all have a special place where we keep feelings to call on when we need them. Feelings like calmness, confidence, stillness, peacefulness, happiness. I want you to find that place now. With your next in-breath, I'd like you to imagine that you breathe down into that place. As you breathe out, your out-breath will carry with it the feeling that you need right here, right now. And as you breathe, that feeling gets breathed around the whole of your body. With every in-breath, picking up more of that feeling, and every out-breath, sending that feeling further around your body. Starting with your toes, and then moving into your feet, and your feet into your heels and ankles. Then through your ankles, into your legs, feeling your calf and your shin. And then moving through your knees, into your thighs. And then from your thighs, going into your hips and buttocks. And then moving to fill your torso, your back, your chest, your stomach, all the way up to your shoulders. And as that feeling reaches your shoulders, they relax just a little bit more. And as they do, I want you to imagine that feeling tumbling down from your shoulders, all the way to your fingertips. And then filling up your fingers and your hands. Moving through your wrists. Fill up your arms, going through your elbows and all the way back up to your shoulders. And then finally being breathed through your neck up into your head and face. So right now the whole of your body is filled with the feeling that you need right here, right now. Just for a moment, try to hold the whole of your body in your awareness. Enjoy how good that feels. Then bring your focus back to your breath. And remind yourself that you can recall this feeling by anchoring your awareness into your breath. And then slowly let your attention move outwards, maybe becoming aware of the touch of clothes on your skin, and then once again becoming aware of the touch of the bed or chair on your body. Then let your awareness move outside, becoming aware of the room, the sounds inside and outside your room. And slowly bring yourself back to more normal awareness, opening your eyes if you had them closed. But as you do, keep in your mind the intention that you can take this good feeling with you through the rest of your day, and that you can recall this feeling by anchoring your attention into your breath. Okay, I apologise for any sounds off that two of my cats decided to get very noisy at the time when I was talking about stillness and calmness, but that's life. I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope technically it's been a success for you with me being outside. I will look at the video later, and if it looks awful, I won't be doing this again, but you have to try these things. If you have any specific requests for something you would like me to talk about, either in relation to the qigong moves or something specific that you would like me to address in the meditation, do please PM me or leave a comment below this video. In the meantime, thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.